Okay, so I've managed to find yet more bagged compost. Not really my choice of compost, but for this half of the bed, which I couldn't get any for a while, it's better than nothing, I guess. And hopefully I can get at least some more plants in that I have in pots already growing, obviously. I actually don't need it too thick, you know, too deep, sorry. And it doesn't look too bad, compost, but we shall see when we get the results. I can always add, I like to add a little bit of coffee, the coffee, you know, leftovers that they use in these shops, as they call them, ground coffee for your garden. And I just kind of, as you can see, pop it all over, and then break it up a little bit. And then when it waters, it goes in. Now they look a bit yucky because I've had them quite some time. Now I have some climbing beans, French beans, which are desperate to get out, as you can see. And look at that, they are very, very pot bound. So I'm just going to try and gently tease these open. They can very dry, even though they were watered yesterday. We've had such hot weather that everything is just drying out really, really quickly. Now this is way, way too close. Don't do as I do, but I'm going to put them like that to try and disturb the roots, which are really quite tight, to disturb the root as much as, you know, at least possible. So I'm going to make a big trench over here, and I'm going to put these in here like so. Oh. Oops, I've lost one here. And then later on I'm going to put some strings up, like I've done to my what do they call them, to my cucumbers, and then hopefully they'll be able to climb up them. But at least they're in the soil for the time. Now I have also got quite a few tomatoes to go in, which I should go and get now. But I've just found I have two other beans over here, and I have one which I'm not sure you're going to be able to see that, hopefully you can, is a Blahilde. And I've only got one of these. I found that there was only one, see, very pot bound again. I found there was only one seed in this one. So I'm popping that one over here. Like so, and I'll obviously string that one up as well. And then I found this, which is a couple of dwarf French beans. So I'm going to be putting these in with the beans as well, so they stay all together. Carefully a minute. Put that with it. I don't think I've got any more beans, as I said before, but I shouldn't have now. Right, so I have some Italian tomatoes, plants anyway, not got the tomatoes yet, and these are also very root bound or pot bound. Now I haven't got the depth of soil here to really give them the best stance. You really need them sort of here. However, I'm going with what I've got, which is usually the way for me. Build the soil up around them a bit. And then I should be doing the strings again, obviously, to help them stay upright as much as possible. Right, so at least they're in the ground. I should give them a really good water now. Let's pop this back down. Oh, on the plant. And I'm going to then put my strings up, like I said. Let's water them in a bit. Now beans like to have what we call very wet feet. So obviously you don't want to overwater them, but you want to water them a fair amount. For those who didn't know, and I'm not sure I actually told anybody, so I may not have done, I did a little bit of a experiment, I guess. Now there's been a lot of people out there giving different ways to grow your sweet potato. So the three ways that I actually came across most was in a mason jar with water, or any jar really with water, a glass or whatever, popped into the soil bottom first, or even lying down, So those three I've actually tried. Now, I began to get a bit fed up because I thought they weren't working. However, this is what I've had as in success or not success maybe. Hopefully you can see that I've laid these down, and we have, I don't know if I can show you a bit better, can you see them there? We have a few shoots coming on these, but as you can see they're very tiny. I don't think we've got any coming on this one at all, but at least we've got some there. Then the mason jar, which is down here, now I put that in water and I got loads and loads of roots, and I thought, oh yes, but it's only recently that we've started getting the odd one around the actual side of the potato. Hopefully you can see that. There's one at the bottom there, and there's some here. So I've left that as it is, and then I popped the bottom of one in a pot, and they've actually taken about the same time, but I've got a really nice shoot there. Oh, and I got one coming up down further. I don't think it matters. Oh, and another one. I don't think it actually matters which one you actually try. I'd probably say this is my preference. Just sit the bottom of it into the base of soil, keep it moist, and see what happens. You see, I tried it first with these on the mason jar, like so. And yes, like I said, there's some coming, but not many. But there was a huge amount of root there. Perhaps you would like to try, or somebody would like to try, and let me know what they think. But at least we know we've got some coming. As I said, these are actually in the soil as well. There's a few, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, but they're very small. But I'm sure they will soon grow now they've started. So that was just my little way of thinking, or finding out which was the best way for me. But I shall probably go for this one another time, maybe. So see what you think, if you want to have a go at it, or if you've done it, or whatever. See what happens. Right, so as you know, we've got these in today. We've got butternut squash, 2 of them. We've got my cucumbers back there, and we've got some asparagus coming up there. This is the asparagus first year, so I popped it in the corner, and then I'll give it more room next year. We've got some heartbreaker tomato plants, and we have got some organic, trying to see what they are now, sweet granite early melons. They were planted on the 13th of the 4th. So yes, they're doing well. We have got lots of cherry tomatoes coming up, and I got my strings up of course as well. We have another butternut squash that I popped in there, and then we have tigerella tomatoes, and then we have alea tomatoes at the end. And then I got my zinnias coming up, and we've actually got a flower coming. Over here we have my beautiful sage plant all in flower. It's really come on lovely. We do have some oregano back there. Strawberry plants by the million in here. We have the odd leek and the odd onion which got plonked in there at some point. We have 2 blueberry bushes in there for the thyme, which are going to be moved. And guess what? My courgettes have taken off. They've gone a little bit on the big side, but I'm already getting courgettes off them. So I'm really quite chuffed, because I've never in the past had any luck with courgettes, and everyone have been saying they're so easy, and I've been going, well, I can't do it. But this year, I guess the right environment, the right circumstances, whatever, and they've just gone mad, and it's beautiful. So lots of, well, they call it zucchini bread in America, but to be honest, as for the English, I think it's more like a cake. We tried some last week and it was really, really nice, but it was more like a cake than a bread to us, or what we call a bread. So courgette bread it is in our house. You could call it what you want. We still have some greens back there, which we're taking as and when. We have a couple of tomato plants popping up. Tomato plants popping up in there. We have our beets. Now our beets are really coming on nicely. Let's see. They're just beginning to bulb up. So that's good news. We still have lots of carrots, even though we have been taken from there. Lettuce, but I've got some lettuce that's bolting, so that will go to the animals later. And as most of you know, in the UK, as long as it doesn't go in the kitchen, it should be okay for your animals. More tomato plants. No idea what they are. There's a stick in there somewhere, which will tell us. And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to... Oh, hang on a minute. Ugh. Oh, they're the latte, whatever you'd like to call them. There's an L at the beginning there. Tomatoes, so there's your answer. And yes, I think that's about it. So all doing well, hopefully. And that's about all for me. So take care everybody, and have a lovely weekend. Goodbye.